Hi, everyone. Just give us 1 second.
All right,
Damn.
does he have my guess, Nick?
Yes, I have Nick.
Okay, I need a number Nick can call in also.
Oh, for God's sakes, people. Can you talk?
What are we doing?
Christian?
I can't hear you. Why are you not talking to your phone?
I can't hear
talk to
you
your
now,
phone.
Christian.
What number should I be calling?
951-849-0550. Nick is on the line. Now I can't hear you, Christian.
Sorry. 951. I'm sorry, Sean. Say it one more time.
951-849-0550.
951-849-0410.
0550. Nick is on the line.
Nick's on the line.
Okay, I'm calling
Nick.
All right. I am so sorry for that, everyone. It's been a hand
My AirPods aren't working.
of technical difficulties right now.
Tons of
But I am Christian Giordani. This is Steer the Line. Right next to me is my father, Rocky Giordani.
What's up?
And welcome to Steer the Line. Sean, we're gonna go in.
Yeah, I'm about to start us up here, guys. You're gonna hear the disclaimer coming right now.
We're not on the air yet. We're late.
We're live on YouTube though.
We are live on YouTube. All right, but now we're going live
on a paid program. The views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
What's happening, football fans? It is time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
With your host, Loud Esmond.
Wow.
Jerry James. For the best takes in NFL and football betting, fantasy football, and the latest news, get ready to steer the line.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Steer the Line. I am your host, Christian Giordani. Below me is my father, Rocky Giordani, and this is Steer the Line. Loud Esmond should be here with us shortly. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties on our side. But how are you doing today, Rocky?
Good. Am I echoing?
No, you're fine.
Then I'm going to leave these AirPods out. Just go live. I'm good, man. Listen, lots to talk about around the NFL. Tons of news going on. I will let you lead us in. But, man, I can't wait to get into some of this stuff. Starting with last night's game, going into next. By the way, we never talk about the Thursday coming. There's always, week 8 start before the next show. And there's a big game coming up next Thursday with huge ramifications and division leads. So, tons going on. Can't wait. Is Nick on the phone?
Yes, Nick's on the line. He's waiting outside. Why don't we put him on, Sean?
Good.
He's on.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Nick Scott, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Nick, baby.
We're doing great. Unfortunately, I don't think Lou is
Loud. That's okay.
Loud is going to make it or nothing, but
Nick is the man. Nick, I got to tell you something. A couple weeks ago, you were on, and I had released Minnesota as my pick of the week. They were a 1-point favorite. And you and I had discussed that the line, a lot of bets coming in, and you moved the line yourself at your casino to 3. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool that you can do that. And Minnesota won by exactly 3 points.
Yeah.
Good job, dude. Killer, man. That was a killer move, bro. That's what stuck out in my mind, man. So how's it going up there was you in Seattle?
Yeah, but just outside Seattle, it's good. I mean, like you guys said in your intro, there's a lot of NFL news. Everyone's still talking about the trade with Carolina and San Francisco, and we've seen some line movement in that. So, like the 49ers, their odds to win the Super Bowl went from 18-1 to 14-1.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that move put them in the upper echelon of favorites to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yes. And then the weekly spread for their game this coming Sunday at home against Kansas City, they're now only a 1-point underdog. So So it's interesting from what I'm hearing is they're going to try to get Christian to play, like give him a few packages in the red zone and stuff like that. So if that happens, keep him in your fantasy lineups.
Oh, no doubt. Listen, you know,
Sorry, everybody, I'm here.
Hey, Loud.
Hey, there's Loud.
Yeah, I've been having technical issues. It happens. It happens
we have Nick Scott on the phone.
Yeah. How are you today? Good to see you earlier at Snoqualmie Casino and Sportsbook, the nicest and closest sportsbook to Seattle. How are things? Hopping tonight?
Yeah, things are hopping. People are, betting, all kind of stuff going on right now. I'm still waiting for the Seahawks fans to start betting again, on the Seahawks, because, the team's been much more competitive than I think anyone's expected. And they got an interesting game against the Chargers, which have been kind of inconsistent all year. So still waiting for those fans to come out and start betting with their hearts and following the team.
By the way, that game is the highest total of the week at 50.5.
Wow.
Yep. And which is high, especially for this year, because, those unders are just going in at 60% of the time.
Yeah, it's in general, the NFL has not been scoring as much as people have been expecting. You've got some really good defenses. Speaking of good defenses, I'd be very interested, since I know there are a number of Denver Broncos fans also in this area of the country. What does the betting look like of that Jets-Broncos game? The Jets are -1 or pick 'em the last time I saw.
Yeah, so I believe it opened at Broncos -3. Right now we have it down to where it's Broncos -1, and it's gone down just because of the not sure if Russell Wilson's going to play or not. He's been limited in practice. So, if he goes inactive, then I think the Jets are definitely going to be up to a 2-point favorite by kickoff if that ends up happening.
You mean shifting shifting over to the Jets then, and making them the favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Wilson being injured is definitely going to affect the spread and the outcome. We just don't know which way. It might not be a bad thing because, listen, that Denver defense has been keeping the Broncos in close games. Their offense just has not been clicking. But the defense has been keeping them close. They've been keeping them in every game they've been in. Now, if Russell Wilson goes down, it's definitely going to have an effect. But who knows? It might be a good thing. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, that spread's going to go crazy.
What has happened with McCaffrey being traded? That's caused big line movement, right, with the Chiefs and 49ers game overnight and during the day?
Yeah, so that's down to the Chiefs are -1. And then on the opposite effect of that, on the Tampa Bay-Carolina game, Tampa Bay is now up to a 13-point favorite when that was a 10-point favorite. So, yeah, that's jumped 3 points.
Wow.
Which is huge.
Wow.
That's
Well,
huge.
Look, again, I want to just put a disclaimer out there. These numbers that Nick are talking about, it's all depends on where you're betting and when you're betting, because the spread moves depending on where the money is coming in, right, Nick?
That's correct, yeah. Money, injuries, all kind of things. They're always moving.
Hey, Rocky, Christian, that Christian McCaffrey trade to the 49ers, they gave up a 2, a 3, and a 4.
And a 5th.
Year, and a 5th the next year. When you give up your 2, your 3, and your 4, that's your draft. Besides that first round, man, they basically gave their whole draft to the Panthers next year for Christian McCaffrey. Rocky, is it worth it? And what do you think it's going to do for the 49ers betting-wise down the stretch?
Okay, listen. To answer your first part of the question, is it worth it? Absolutely. Okay, the 49ers have been in 3 NFC championship games and a Super Bowl, and they have not had a 1,000-yard rusher during any of those seasons. The last 1,000-yard rusher they had was like Frank Gore back 10 years ago almost. Now they have not just a guaranteed 1,000-yard rusher in Christian McCaffrey. They have one of the top 5 rushers in the league. He is an elite rusher. This absolutely puts San Francisco in the driver's seat in the NFC. And the reason why they did it, Loud, is because they smell blood in the water. The Rams are faltering. The Buccaneers are faltering. Everybody's having trouble. The 49ers saw the blood in the water and they went for the throw. This makes them the best team in the NFC. I don't care they know that they're going to play either the Falcons or maybe Dallas or whoever in the playoffs. And everybody knows the same thing I know. The Falcons are a pretend team. They're 6-0. They played nobody. They're going to play one playoff team this year.
Well, they did play the 49ers.
And they are going to get smoked next time they play the 49ers in the playoffs. They're the only team that's going to give them any kind of contention at all. This was the best move they could have made. It puts them right in the driver's seat in the NFC. I hate it. The Rams were in on the trade, but they didn't have – Carolina wanted a first-round pick. Rams don't have any picks. They didn't have a second.
They're already gone. Yeah, there you go.
They mixed a package that's close to a first-round pick, and they got –
Let me bring Nick back in here, the manager of the sports book at my favorite sports book. It's the Call Me Sportsbook and Casino. By the way, it's a class place. I mean, there are honestly closer sports books to me by maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But I go all the way to Snoqualmie because it's a better atmosphere, nicer people. It's not nearly as frenetic as some of the other places. It's just a class atmosphere. Is that one of the reasons why you like working there, Nick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a great culture. Like you said, great atmosphere. Everyone's friendly. People are just smiling. And it's just very personable. It's just like being with your friends or family.
And it smells good, as unlike some of the other places. Hey, Nick, I don't know if you want to answer this or not, but I will tell you one of my favorite trends to bet in sports is when 70% or more of the money is on one team. I tend to go the other way. Do you want to talk to betting strategy or just tell me, just nod and smile and say, Lou, do whatever makes you feel good?
I mean, I've seen that strategy in play before, and it's a practice theory. A lot of people do, and it works out for them a lot of the time. So, because at the end of the day, the saying goes, the house always wins. If you're going against the public, then you're winning with the house, right?
There you go.
Yeah, and that's why you have that really nice casino and are building that great hotel and have that wonderful steakhouse and sushi place.
They don't keep the lights on by losing bets.
No, there you go.
By the way, Nick, a couple of my friends from Facebook friends, guys I knew from Venice, stopped into your casino because they'd heard you on the show, and they said we went in. We didn't say hi, but we saw Nick, and they were very impressed with the casino. I don't know if they made their bets there or not. They made a couple bets. I have no idea what they did, but they said.
We're sending people your way, Nick, all the way from Southern California.
They really enjoyed the casino. They said it really is nice, and the betting was really cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right, Nick, we'll let you go,
next
man.
Time they're there, let them say hi. Tell them to say hi to me.
I will absolutely. I'll tell them they heard you on Steer the Line and just to say hi and give you a pat on the back. I'm gonna say pat on the butt because that's what athletes do, right?
Oh no, and we won't.
Yeah,
we won't talk about
good old pat on the behind.
On the butt. Do not.
All right, we'll let the whole Deshaun Watson thing go also.
Yeah.
Okay.
From my favorite sports book, the closest one to Seattle, and a really nice place, the Call Me Casino and Sports Book. Thanks, Nick.
And no problem. You guys have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya. All right, let's talk some picks real quick. And
let's get into it.
Let's get right into it. I have the odds right here, right in front of me.
As producer of the show, I need you to actually start keeping a list and push it out to Facebook of what our bets are.
All right.
Okay? Yeah. Because I always forget because I got so much going on. So let me go through them. I have one college best bet this weekend, and it's easy. The Fighting Irish are 27-point favorites over the UNLV Running Rebels tomorrow at Notre Dame in an afternoon game. That means if the Rebs score 13 points, Notre Dame has to score 41 to cover. I don't know if Notre Dame can score 41 right now against an empty field. Rocky.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm going to leave that one alone. That sounds like a lot of points. I think they're counting on Notre Dame's defense to keep the running Rebels from scoring at all, obviously. But can they put up 30? If they can put up 30, they got a shot.
The Rebs, by the way, they actually score pretty decently when they have their starting quarterback and their starting running back in the game. They've been missing for the past 2 games, and they've gotten blown out. They both will be back this week, along with their star defensive end, who's also missed the last 2 games. I think people are looking at the fact that they got blown out by like 40 by 33 or 32 in the last 2 games, and thinking, well, then Notre Dame's going to hang a 50-burger on them. That was all injury related, in my opinion. So that's my one college bet.
Starting to look, who are you taking against the spread?
Against.
Oh, I'm taking UNLV plus 27, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's an absurd number.
By the way, it's the first time those 2 teams have met. All right, NFL. Houston Texans plus 7 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Christian.
I like the Raiders minus 7 in that game. I really do. I think they can cover that spread, and I think they're going to get into a little rolling offense. They're halfway through the season now, almost, I think. And I think Devontae and Derek Carr are going to get into stride and, just torch up this Houston's defense.
The Raiders are 0-4 against the spread coming off their bye the last 4 seasons. They are one of the only teams in the freaking league that does not beat the spread. The numbers of teams beating the spread coming off the bye is ridiculous. And the Raiders are one of the few teams that don't. I like the Texans plus the 7. I don't think the Raiders will beat anybody by 7 right now. Rocky?
Listen, there's too many injuries. I kind of like the Raiders a little bit, but there's too many injuries going on. Derek Carr is hurt. Waller is out. Hunter Renfrow is out. With 2 of their best receivers out. No, I don't like them.
All right. So Rocky and I, Texans plus 7. Christian's going the other way. We all agree. The Rebels plus 27 against Notre Dame. Tennessee Titans on the money line is my bet in the Titans-Colts game. The Titans are at home, coming off a bye. I just said home teams coming off a bye. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but they cover about 60% of the time. Rocky.
Look,
Tennessee Titans at home.
I like Indianapolis. I just don't think that Tennessee, since they've Indianapolis is very tough against the run. That's my reasoning. Indianapolis is going to stop the run, and I don't think Tennessee can beat them. I just don't.
Tennessee beat Indianapolis 3 weeks ago, 24-17.
It's very hard to win division games and sweep. It's very hard to sweep the same.
I understand that, but I'm balancing that by looking at teams coming off the bye at home, cover the spread like 60% of the time. Christian, Tennessee on the money line. That means it's just who wins the game, Tennessee or Indianapolis.
You know what? I like Indianapolis in this game as well. They're very good against the run. Derrick Henry is not having the best season that he's had in a while, and I think Jonathan Taylor is just going to run all over Tennessee's defense as well. I got Indianapolis winning that game by at least 3.
Okay. Kansas City Chiefs in the aforementioned game we talked about with Nick. By the way, I think it's ridiculous. That line was Kansas City -3. It's moved all the way to Kansas City -1 based on a guy going to the 49ers who didn't get to the team until this afternoon and is unlikely to play significant time on Sunday. Rocky.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a few packages. There's no way to keep him off the field in a game that big. Listen, again, the 49ers have been doing very well over the last few years. They haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher in a long time. They're definitely going to put him in. They're definitely going to work him in right away. That's why they went and got him. He doesn't need too. I mean, come on. How much practice does the guy need to run a 44 quick? How simple is that?
Yeah.
Off right tackle, bro. Just do it. Okay. I mean, come on. There's a lot of packages they can use him in that he doesn't have to go read the playbook for, man.
Yeah, I think you might see him in the red zone, but I
definitely.
Yes.
That is not to me. Sorry, it's not worth a 2/3 of the points bet swing on a guy. Think about that. The line moved 2/3 of the way as a percentage based on a guy who might play 12 plays in the game.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you right now,
and the 49ers,
if that results in 3 more possessions, they're going to beat Kansas City outright. If Christian McCaffrey playing 12 plays results in 3 more possessions than Kansas City, they're going to win. Period. Well, 3 more possessions than would have had normally.
The coach has already said that the best he's going to do is they might have some red zone packages for him. They're not going to put him in on random third downs. Honestly, I wouldn't play him. I think it's a recipe for turnovers and false starts and illegal man downfield. I just don't think it makes any sense. By the way, Kansas City doesn't lose 2 games in a row much.
Yeah, that's true. They're on the road. They're going to Levi Stadium. Look, just exactly for this type of situation, offensive coordinators and head coaches have packages that you could call are dumbed down for all the linemen, so they don't end up downfield. They don't go into those long fit. They call a 44 quick, halfback off right tackle. Everybody knows who to block. Everybody knows what to do. They have packages that are so strong.
Here's what I would do. I would use McCaffrey as a distraction. I would put him in and have him roll out to one side, and then I would run the ball the other way.
Give the ball to Debo.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Give the ball to Debo.
And you don't think that's going to make a difference? I'm telling you, Christian McCaffrey is going to make a huge difference. If he draws anybody if he takes one guy off coverage of Debo Samuel, he will have served a purpose, and they'll win this game.
I completely agree. I think
they're a much better team now.
I have the 49ers in this game as well. I think they covered the spread, and I really do like Christian McCaffrey against the Chiefs as well.
The strength of the 49ers is the defense, and their defense will be missing 5 starters.
That's true.
Left tackle is not going to play. So I think, you want me to bet against Kansas City coming off a loss against a 49ers team that just lost by 2 touchdowns to the Falcons? I can't do it.
All right.
Washington Commanders. Green Bay Packers coming to the Commanders. Taylor Heineke will be in at quarterback. He is an improvement over Carson Wentz. Heineke will be worth an extra touchdown and no turnovers in the game. I've got the Commanders keeping this close. The Redskins +5 against the Packers.
+4.5 now. 4.5.
Well, I got them at +5, so there you go.
All right.
So that's my bet.
I think Green Bay will win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers is kind of tired of losing right now. I think
How much are they going to win by?
I'm sorry?
How much will they win by? Because I'm saying Commanders +5.
I do think Commanders cover the spread. Yeah, I think they cover.
Rocky, do the Commanders cover, or does Green Bay suddenly become a juggernaut?
Yeah, I don't know how Green Bay can be. It would start out at 3 points. It moved obviously to 5 because people are betting on Green Bay. I don't see how they could be only a 5-point favorite in that game. I think, of course, they cover, but I would leave it alone just because of what it is. All those new elements, different quarterback. Can't count on Wentz to throw an interception, a pick 6 on 3rd and 6 in the red zone. I know. You can't count on him to pick 6 in the red zone. You can't count on him, right? Because he won't be there. I like Green Bay. I'd stay away from it. I do have a pick of the week, by the way, but that ain't it.
Go ahead. Let's roll it.
All right, who you got? Listen, let me go with my pick of the week this week. It was really hard.
You got 1 minute.
Between the Bengals or the Chargers at home, and I'm going to take the Chargers at home against the Seahawks. I think the Bengals are going to beat up on Atlanta Falcons. I'll give you why in the next half hour. But I like my pick of the week is the Chargers at home against the Seahawks. I love it.
My pick of the week, Jets -1 against the Broncos.
My pick of the week, Chargers -8.5, -5 against the Seahawks.
There you go. We're good.
We're good. All right, everyone listening on KMET 1490 AM. Thank you for listening on there, and make sure to check out the second portion of the half hour on YouTube at Steer the Line on YouTube. Thank you guys very much, and I hope we see you on the second half hour.
We will be there.
Alrighty then. I think it's just going to be the both of us unless Lou calls. But one thing we glanced over very quickly is the Christian McCaffrey trade. Back to what Lou was saying earlier, or Loud was saying earlier. They gave up a 2023 second, a third, a fourth rounder, and a future fifth in 2024. I think the Carolina Panthers got fleeced in this trade. They didn't give up a single first round pick for Christian McCaffrey, who's arguably a top 5 running back in the league. Rocky,
you think what?
Christian, I think the Panthers got fleeced. They could have got a first rounder out of him.
Well, they got what amounts to pretty much a first rounder. They got a second, a third, fourth in next year, and a fifth year after that. Man, that's not a first rounder. That's a lot of picks.
It's a lot of picks, and I completely agree. They're giving up on the entire 2023 NFL draft.
But remember, yeah, okay. Carolina just gave up a shitload of picks to try to get Baker Mayfield, and
they gave up one pick.
Yeah,
and
some other guys. They need the picks. They're obviously in a rebuilding mode. I think their coach is gone next year, obviously, and
I've been seeing a lot of people talking a lot of trash on Christian McCaffrey, saying he's washed or not top 10 or not whatever. He's the youngest person ever to have 3,000 rushing and receiving yards in his career. He's already at almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 85 attempts. His running rate is amongst the top best of the best, better than Nick Chubb, better than Alvin Kamara, better than Derrick Henry, and even better than Jonathan Taylor this season. There's only one running back with a better running back rating, and that's Saquon Barkley. I feel like it's 2017 again, 2018. But Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, Chris McCaffrey already has almost 640 yards from scrimmage. That's fourth in the NFL on any offensive position, including running back, receivers, anybody, quarterback. Fourth in overall in the NFL, and third amongst running backs. And look where he's been playing. He was down there. He was down there in Carolina, and he still got.
Are you hearing over your headphones?
Yards.
Yeah, that's Lou. But anyways, we have.
He's still got more third in the NFL over scrimmage yards over all the other running backs, and fourth in the NFL overall any position.
I completely agree.
He's an elite running back. He's top tier. He's a 1,000-yard rusher, guaranteed. He's going to be killing him.
I completely agree. This is going to be part of the, whole system with. This is what's making the NFL scared right now. You know what all the GMs in the NFC are doing right now? Panic.
Crapping themselves, and
yes.
they should be. And they should just. Everybody was in on this trade, but nobody had a number 1 pick. The Rams were in the Rams. I'm so glad the Rams tried to get him. At least they were.
I agree.
But they didn't have a pick. They didn't have
the draft capital. They didn't have the draft capital.
They didn't have crap.
Yeah. And
so now they're going to have to pay the price.
He's only 26 years old. This kid is
going to do about it? They're going to get rid of Cam Akers.
Yes. That's the first thing we were talking. We talked about this a few days ago. That's the first thing you said. Cam Akers is gone.
He's gone. They got to get rid of Cam Akers. He is trade bait. They will get something for him. Will they get enough to compete with the 49ers now? I don't know. I think the Rams are going to be okay because it's still early enough in the year. We're going into week 7. The season isn't half over. I think the Buccaneers are going to start to come back. after the second half. I think the Rams are starting to come back in the second half, but they definitely need help. They need another receiver, and they don't have a 1,000-yard rusher either. They've got Darrell Henderson, and they're going to get rid of Cam Akers for sure.
Hey, am I in?
You're there, buddy.
Oh, my God. My IT department finally got here.
Woo.
Thank you so much, IT, otherwise known as my wife, Nicole.
Your beautiful wife. We saw her.
Yes, I Nicole.
Oh, my gosh.
But
I buried above me, didn't I?
Yeah, we all did somehow. I don't know.
I married above me.
I don't know how that happened.
I mean, just gummies. Anyway, well, guys, you were talking about the Rams. Continue, please.
Yeah,
Tell me how they're coming back.
As I was saying, this is the biggest thing that's going to be happening in the NFC with every GM's office. All the trade packages have just skyrocketed. And you know who's loving this right now? OBJ. His value just skyrocketed up. Because there's going to be a team that's going to panic.
Now,
our
every
once
NFC
and greatest friend
needs help. You're right. I hadn't thought about that, but OBJ is probably really loving this. Now, everybody needs to up their game in the NFC.
We need receiving,
and
we love OBJ.
OBJ might be joining Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco.
Don't you even, dude? I will slap the taste right out of your mouth.
I hate it more. I hate it. Don't get me wrong.
That.
I hate it more than anyone. But as of right now, they're the
front runner like OBJ. Are you going to the sucky Rams, or are you going to go win a ring with the 49ers?
Yeah, with Jimmy G, who's going to throw 4 interceptions in the Super Bowl.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Look.
All right, let's talk about that actually.
Okay.
What has this done to the Super Bowl futures bet in the NFL? That would be fascinating. Christian, have you seen those numbers change?
I have not.
All right, you haven't looked at it. Okay, so it would be fascinating.
Yes, the 49ers went from 1,800 to 1,400.
Wow.
Immediately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? They better hope to hell Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy. Because he hasn't in the last 3 freaking years.
But look at the front line he was running with.
Yeah.
He's still a 1,000-yard rusher. He's still one of the top 5 rushers in the league. And living in Carolina, he's Matthew Stafford at a running position. He put in his time. He stayed there. He suffered. He did his job. He took his medicine, took the hits. And now, are you kidding me? This is the biggest turnaround in his life. He is going to perform. He's going to overperform.
Yeah, but you know what this puts the lie to for me?
Where?
Kyle Shanahan and his dad used to say,
they were tight.
Give me any running back and I can make it work. I don't need a special running back. Just give me any. Remember, that was the whole thing, right? I can plug I can plug a receiver in, Deebo Samuel, and make him an all-star running back. And then at the first opportunity to grab an all-star running back, they leverage their entire future.
Well, but there's another reason for that.
They leverage 1 year draft.
No. The Shanahans and the McCaffreys go way back. Did you know Shanahan wore Ed McCaffrey's number in college?
Yep.
Because it was his favorite football player. These guys are tight. Their families are very tight. I mean, bringing him in is like bringing him home. And by the way, he's right down the road from Stanford.
Rocky, you ever work with family?
My
Yeah.
son is now my boss. He calls me.
It doesn't always work out great. Your judgment gets a little cloudy sometimes. So just saying, look, God bless Christian McCaffrey. I think he's a player that would be one of those guys that if he played, like if he was Barry Sanders, if he played for 13 years in the NFL, never sniffed the playoffs, it would suck. He would be like the Mike Trout.
Yeah, the Mike Trout of football.
Exactly, the Mike Trout
of the
NFL. So it's great that he's on a team that can compete, but it makes me kind of second guess Shanahan's bullshit. About
this isn't a guy that can pass up. This is a generational player, and besides, it's a dear friend of the family. He's not the kind of guy you can pass up. And They need a 1,000-yard rushing back. They haven't had one since Frank Gore. And look what they've done with guys like Mostert and who the hell? I don't remember who out there they're running back for. And they've gone to 3 championship
They
games.
changed. They haven't had a consistent starting running back in the past 4 seasons.
You what, damn it. My top running back is Jeff Wilson, who is now going to lose all the carries to McCaffrey in my fantasy football league.
I knew he was going to get a fantasy. There it is.
Get out there on the trade wire, baby.
No, but
get out there on the trade wire.
They did this to screw me.
Yeah, but no, they didn't screw me
and
the
me.
Rams. Well, we all got screwed. Everybody got screwed on this one.
This is the biggest trade of the season so far. I think.
Oh, Devontae Adams to the Raiders, biggest trade of the season so
far. Of the season, during the season.
Yeah, well, but wait a minute. Still, that hasn't really worked out to be a big trade. You know?
Yeah.
Well, who else? Okay, so the Panthers have made it clear they're selling everything.
Yeah, Baker's getting cut.
Baker's getting cut.
I'm not even traded. Cut.
I'm gonna make you stay there and take his medicine.
He's getting cut.
Back
Moore
to Cleveland.
is going to be gone. The other receiver's going to be gone. They're burning it down to the floorboards.
Yeah,
in
bring
Carolina.
Back and start over.
Well, and guess what? They will have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and a 6.
Yeah, and if they tank, they might get another one.
Yeah.
Right. They will have the number 1 pick in the draft when it comes to quarterbacks next year.
God bless them.
Yeah. God bless Carolina.
And it's a smart move for them.
Yeah.
Were they going to win with Christian McCaffrey?
Nowhere near it. No. Even though they had a great quarterback.
Carolina to the ground because they gave McCaffrey to an NFC West Division team. I could just kill him for that. I hate that.
I know. But besides that, even if Carolina had an all great quarterback, if they had Tom Brady, they wouldn't win a Super Bowl with the team they have right now.
You just made a great point that I would love to try to make people understand. Everybody says, "Oh, Tom Brady, the greatest of all time." Tom Brady. If Tom Brady had been drafted by the Cleveland Browns 20 years ago,
Brady hater,
would we know who the hell he is?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He would suck.
Well,
because he would play for a crappy team.
Let me tell you a secret. He was
with
drafted by the
crappy
Patriots.
Yeah.
They sucked. The Patriots sucked. Dude, Bledsoe was their quarterback, and they sucked.
But he had Belichick, and man.
What's Belichick doing now? What's Belichick doing right now?
Football is the ultimate team game, and some guys get lucky and get surrounded by all kinds of talent and great coaching, and then some people don't.
And Belichick was in Cleveland, by the way.
Yeah, but then he learned that in order to win in the NFL, you had to cheat. And he started doing that when he got to New England, and he still does. And it helped him win some games. So God bless him. And I'm not against cheating. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
You just hate Tom Brady. Go ahead and say it.
What?
Everybody in the AFC, everybody who loves an AFC team that Tom Brady doesn't play on, hates Tom Brady.
By the way, the tuck rule play, which was illegal,
and Rich Gannon,
the Raiders should have won that game, and it would have launched a Raiders dynasty,
and they would have won that Super Bowl.
Instead,
and Rich Gannon
they robbed the Raiders of that game and launched the Patriots dynasty. Imagine.
And I don't remember a single thing from that because I was way too young.
Raiders would have won that Super Bowl. Rich Gannon deserved it.
Yep.
He was definitely the MVP that year, in my opinion. And they got robbed. Well, and everybody hates Tom Brady.
Yeah. And Tom Brady just came out and said he's not retiring anytime soon.
My favorite Raiders
you hear what he said? Yeah. He was talking to his wife.
My favorite Raiders game story of all time. You ready for this?
Let's hit it.
The Immaculate Reception, right?
Yep.
So there was no replay in the NFL at the time.
And you remember this, Rocky, right? The ball hit the ground. They couldn't see the ball hit the ground.
Okay. So initially they ruled that it was not a touchdown. And the referee went to the phone in the dugout because it was a baseball stadium, as well, right? And he was going to rule that it was not a touchdown for the Steelers. And he got on the phone and he asked the guy up in the booth, how much security do we have in the stadium? And he said, well, we've got about 50 cops and about 75 unarmed security guards. And he said, great, touchdown, the Steelers win. True story. Just saying. All right, let's get to some bets, by the way.
Yes.
Well, hit the ground, by the way. There was no camera angle to show it.
Of course it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a money line parlay bet that I love this weekend. You ready for this?
Let's do
Can't
it.
get my boy off those parlays.
Here it is.
Over it.
Money line Chiefs to win. Money line Raiders to win. Titans money line to win. Jets money line to win. A $60 bet on those 4 games pays you back $566.
Pretty good payback.
So basically what I'm saying is, to win this bet, the Chiefs have to win, the Raiders have to win, the Titans have to win, and the Jets have to win. You guys don't think the Titans will win, right?
No, I said the Colts.
Yeah, I like the Colts.
I do too.
And you both like the Raiders to win.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
I said the Raiders.
I did
Rocky.
not. I said there's too much going on. I stay away from it.
You think well, okay, stay away, but who wins the game? Texans or Raiders?
Raiders. Put a gun to my head.
All right, Raiders. Are the Chiefs going to beat the 49ers?
No.
Oh, you're so wrong. And then the Jets will beat the Broncos.
And which one was the last one? Jets and Broncos?
Jets will beat the Broncos.
Oh, green slime. That's where he messed up. The green slime.
Yeah, you went and bet the Jets.
Broncos are horrible.
It doesn't matter. Once you bet the Jets.
The Jet doesn't matter.
Your ticket is snake bit, bro. You put the green slime on there.
The Jets just beat Green Bay.
Doesn't matter.
We didn't bet on them. That's why.
They will screw you. They will find a way.
Try this. All right, let's try this. I have a 7-point teaser play with 7 teams on it.
Oh, God. Whoa.
That's a lot. All right.
Go for it.
The Washington Commanders plus 12 at home against Green Bay. Plus
that
12.
Might be a first loss right there.
Plus 12.
They're going to lose by more than 12 to Green Bay?
Probably.
Green Bay can't score 12.
And Commanders couldn't stop them anyway.
Titans plus 4.5. They may lose to the Colts. But by how much, Rocky?
6.
Oh, come on.
7.
Lions plus 14 against Dallas.
Plus 14. If that offensive line can keep up with Micah Parsons, I think they have a good shot.
Listen, this is what they're going to do to Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons will not dictate where they go. They're going to throw the ball right over his head. Watch. They're going to do screens and swing passes to Micah Parsons' side. Make him declare. You're going to go after the receiver, or you're going to rush the quarterback.
Is Dak starting or is Cooper starting?
Right out of the game. Listen,
Dak is starting, which I think is a mistake.
Matchups work like this. When you have a spread offense, you are daring the defense to rush your quarterback, because that's what they have to do to win. And that's when you implement the swings and the long handoffs. And I'm telling you, it depends on what their front line can do. But if their front line can hold them at all, they will surprise the Cowboys. They will not get Micah Parsons.
Okay, I have the Packers. I have the Commanders plus 12 in my first pick in my teaser. The Packers lost by 16, won by 17 against the Bears at home. They beat the Buccaneers by 2. They beat the Patriots by 3. They lost to the Giants by 5. They lost to the Jets by 17. They haven't beaten anybody by 12 points since 3 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
yeah. Well, what?
Okay.
It's about matchups, but I'm with you, Lou. I'm with you. Go for it, buddy.
All right.
All right. Detroit Lions plus 14 against the Cowboys. I think Dak Prescott actually screws up the Cowboys offense coming back. And Detroit actually might beat them at home. Christian.
I like that one. I think Detroit wins that game. I agree.
Ooh, you go, boy.
Wins.
Texans plus 14 against the Raiders. Are the Raiders going to beat anybody by more than 10 points?
Matchups, but I think that
two receivers out. Renfro's out and Waller's out.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah,
it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, that's a lot.
New York Giants plus 10 against the Jaguars.
Love them.
Love it too.
New York Jets plus 7 against the Broncos. Plus 7.
I'm staying away from that. I'm staying away.
I'm not talking about the green slime.
I agree. I learned my lesson.
Chiefs plus 5 against the 49ers.
The 49ers are going to beat them. They're going to stomp them.
They may beat them, but are they going to beat them by 2, 3, 4?
I say stomp them by a touchdown.
Oh, bullshit. No way. The 49ers defense is... Dude, the Buffalo defense could barely contain the Chiefs. The 49ers defense is missing half their starters.
Nick Bosa's still there.
On one leg. Oh, man. Okay. Call me crazy. All right. Crazy. So, everybody else tell me what your best bets are because you hate mine.
I really like Seattle and the Chargers. I think the Chargers cover that 5-point spread very easily.
I have two, but I'm going to pick one. Yeah, my theory is find one game that you get the mismatch and bet it, and don't spread your money around too thin. If you need to bet a couple of the teams, pick one team and bet the ranch, and then bet small bets the other one. My pick of the week are the Los Angeles Chargers at home against the Seattle Seahawks, but I guarantee you the Bengals will cover easily at home against Atlanta, period. Atlanta has a great two-pronged running back offense, but they're not going to run the ball.
Pronged, whatever.
Two-headed running back, two-headed beast running back. Yeah, they have a great running game, but they're not going to run. They are not going to run the ball against the Bengals. They're going to force Mariota to throw it, and the Bengals are going to cover that one easy.
Another matchup I really do like is Pittsburgh and Miami at home in Miami. I think Miami wins that game and covers the spread by the 7.
Coming back.
Tua's back minus 7.5. I think he's going to come out gunslinging, and I don't really trust Pittsburgh secondary. Despite what it looks like on paper, it's ranked sub 17 in the league.
We're at a point in the season, Christian, when teams really need to declare what they're going to be this season. The Bucks, they need to drop a 40-burger on Carolina, and they will. And the Rams, they need to win now. Their defense has been keeping them close, and
Rams have a bye this week, so
it's time. It's time to start winning. The cream will now must rise to the top. The Bengals need to make a move. The Ravens might lose. Ravens might get beat this week, and the Bengals need to make a move towards the top. This is their chance to do it at home against a team that's running. I love the Bengals this week, and I love the Chargers this week.
I love the Chargers too. That was my pick of the week right there. I think they I'm not going to say blow out because blowout's a really strong term, but they definitely.
It was 4 when I saw it. Now it went to 5.
It's -5, so I really think they cover that spread easily. Win by a touchdown at least.
Okay. Yeah, and I think the Bengals cover their 4 or 5 point spread, whatever that is.
It is 6.5.
Yeah, they're gonna. And by the way, Atlanta's pass defense isn't as good as it needs to be to stop Chase, Jay Chisel, and
Jamar Chase, and
the rest of the guys.
T. Higgins, all those guys.
It's going to get beat by the pass will be the Ravens. The Ravens secondary will be exposed once again. They're going to be in trouble. Love the Bengals. Love the Chargers.
Agree.
If I had to bet only one team,
who is the Broncos' backup quarterback, Christian?
The Broncos' backup quarterback.
I know this.
The $250 million bust can't go.
Brett Rippins.
Yeah, Rippin.
What?
Mark Rippin's nephew. Remember Mark Rippin?
Are you kidding?
His nephew, Rippin. Yeah.
Brett Rippin.
He's not bad.
He even play football or just Pop Warner?
He's all right. He's not bad. He's not.
Who did he
he's
play
not
for?
The
Susan
Broncos.
Mary's
It was
School of
Broncos.
Typing.
He's been a
He's solid
Bronco
backup.
almost his whole career, his
He's a
entire
solid
career.
backup, not a starter, solid backup. But yeah, if he doesn't, if Wilson doesn't play, they're in a lot of trouble.
Actually, I think they're in trouble either way. Wilson can't throw. He's got a pulled hamstring and a bad shoulder. And if they put in the other guy, he's a total disaster.
Well,
oh my God,
he's only 25.
Beat the Broncos by 14.
You know what? Every given Sunday, someone always wins. And
on any given Sunday,
there's always a mismatch.
All right, Rocky, steak dinner. How many points do I have to go for you to buy me a steak dinner at your local Native American casino on this game? How many points do I have to give you with the Jets?
Which game? The Jets?
Broncos.
You don't understand. I will not even speak about the green slime because it will jinx my whole week. It doesn't matter which way you go, they will do the opposite. If you bet on them, they will lose. If you bet against them, they will win. There's nothing you can do with the green slime that I refuse. Hey, here we go. Mike Williams and Ertz for Kelsey and Amon-Ra. Full PPR redraft. Which side do you guys like better? Mike Williams and Ertz for Kelsey and Amon-Ra?
Well, Ertz is old and not doing anything for me in fantasy football, so I'd say Kelsey and Amon-Ra.
There you go. Me too.
I'll go with that. We got another one right here.
Kelsey and Amon-Ra.
Full PPR trade offer. Trade away Geno Smith, Stephon Diggs, and A.J. Dillon. You receive Kyler Murray, DK Metcalf, and Nick Chubb. I say do it.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray is
Kyler Murray is not as big of
Kyler Murray is going to be
he's a fantasy god
now
though.
that Hopkins is back.
Nick Chubb
is going to be the number one running back, and Metcalf is a beast. I don't trust A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, I completely agree. Stephon Diggs' ankle has been worrying me all season long, so I don't know. I feel like he's going to snap.
With Hopkins back, he'll be much better.
Okay, let me clear the space for 90 seconds just to get this out there.
90 seconds.
Jets to win.
Hate them.
Chiefs to win. Titans to win. Texans +7 against the Raiders. Commanders +5 with Green Bay coming into town. One college bet. UNLV +27 against the sad Notre Dame Irish. That's me. I'm out, guys. Enjoy the weekend.
All right. I'm all about the Chargers. Bet the Chargers.
Bet the Chargers. Bet the Bengals.
And I love the Bengals also. But yeah, I'm only going to pick one. So,
yeah.
I like them both, but I'm going to bet the Chargers.
So we both have the same pick of the week, the Chargers.
My pick of the week. Yeah, Lou had a bunch of them, and I still don't know who his one pick of the week was. Was it? Who was his one?
Chiefs.
He was his Chiefs. He said keep track, and then he picks 8 teams.
Yeah.
God.
It is what it is. But speaking on what Tom Brady was saying earlier before we change the subject, he announced he is nowhere near retirement. He said it, I believe in an interview, he said retirement's not in the future, nowhere near planned. I will be in the NFL.
He said that because of all the talk on social media about him and his wife hiring divorce lawyers because he won't retire. He won't go.
We won't go into that because
function is going to force him into retirement.
But we won't go into that because that's another man's relationship and has nothing to do with us.
However,
nothing to do with football.
Where does he play next year? What's his contract like right now?
I believe this is the last year of his contract with the Bucks. You and me, this is one of our favorite topics to talk about during the offseason. What's Tom Brady going to do once the Bucks?
I think he goes to the 49ers. It depends. Garoppolo's last year of his contract.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And
he's either going to be a Niner or a Raider, depends on how the season ends.
Trey Lance shit the bed enough that they can see where the writing on the wall. Garoppolo comes in, they start winning. Come on. They know they have a team with a good quarterback. Now they have a 1,000-yard rusher. They go out and get Tom Brady next year, and he wants to finish his career in San Francisco. He's made no secret about it. So I think Tom Brady goes to the 49ers next year and plays for 2 years, then hangs it up, wins another Super Bowl.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how the 49ers season ends. If they make it to a playoff game or if they make a deep run in the playoffs and, once again, Jimmy Garoppolo is not the answer. He's the one who causes.
But he is the answer for right now. He's
for now. I'm not talking about for now. I'm talking about for the end of the season.
This is the last year of his contract. He's done. If this season's a free agent, they're not going to go re-sign him. Okay. They already said they want.
But if you win a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, are you going to re-sign him or not?
They can't. They've already cut him for Trey Lance. They already made that decision. They gave everything away to go get Trey Lance. If Trey Lance isn't the answer and they have to sign a new quarterback and Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo are both available,
you're taking Tom Brady. You're taking Tom Brady. And yeah.
Garoppolo's gone. I have no idea where he'll go, but he'll be really good.
He'll be a Raider. He will be a Raider.
He may be a Raider. Don't tell Lou that. I said that last year.
And one last thing I want to talk about before anything.
Go.
This breaks my heart. It's very sad to hear. I got very excited because I saw this on Twitter today. I saw a bunch of pictures of Todd Gurley, and he announced officially his retirement today.
Oh, so sorry, buddy.
One for me.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Todd Gurley was my dude. That was the guy who got me into football growing up.
He was a man in LA.
Enjoy your retirement, Todd. I hope you saw this, and this is from your biggest fan, man. That sucks. That sucks for me. I thought he got signed by the Rams. I really did think he got signed by the Rams.
I hear you. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Where we at?
We're about less than a minute. So anything you got to say before we go?
No, I'm good. I made my pick.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching Steer the Line today. You can also find us on steerline.com, where we'll be giving you all of our best bets as well over there. Make sure to watch us again next week at 5 p.m. Pacific time here on YouTube and on KMET 1490 AM if you're in the Inland Empire. Thank you guys so much for watching Steer the Line. I hope to see you again next week. Go Raiders, go Rams, go football. Let's go.